Is rockradio.co.uk.
Joining us on Rock Radio, we've got Richard, who's the guitarist with Rammstein. Hi, Richard.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm sorry, my German isn't terribly good.
If you try one sentence, come on, you have to get like one sentence in order.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Okay, we try something else I want to teach you, okay? What's the name of the record?
Liebe
ist für alle da.
Oh, it's ist für alle da.
Exactly.
And that's German.
Totally.
Wow.
Every day you learn something new.
Wow, Richard, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now listen, before we go any further, there's a lot of Scottish people are very angry with Rammstein.
Why is that?
Because you're going to be touring in February. You're doing a European tour, you're doing UK dates, but nothing in Scotland.
It's a mistake, huh? Isn't it?
I think so. Don't understand it, because you've always been popular here in Glasgow.
Yeah, no, I know. I wonder why. I have to check. I have to call. After the interview, I will call my management.
I'll be struggling to pronounce the title of the album a second time, but let's talk about Pussy, and quite a controversial lyric.
You know what? In the end of the day, it's just like, it was one of those songs like we had while we was doing the record, and it was so different. And Till had this English lyric, and we weren't really happy with that. And then he changed the verse into something German, and all of a sudden it became something really funny and something with a lot of humor. And like, you know, we really liked it. It became really interesting, but then still something was missing. And I remember like the first time the record company came over and said like, you know, what are you guys going to do for the next single? And obviously they go always the same way, you know, they want to have the core single as first. And then we said, listen, let's try something else. And we were sending the song to our video director, Jonas Ackerlund. And 3 hours later, he came back with an email saying, guys, let's make a revolution. Let's shoot a porn. And that's a little bit of the history of the song. We did it, and it's working fine.
I have enjoyed watching the video on a number of occasions, just for research purposes, of course.
You know, I don't understand it either. That like the whole world thinks it's that controversial. It's just, you know, it's like a party song with a little bit of emotional side from band.
Towards the end of the video, it could be described as hardcore porn.
Do you think so?
No, I'm saying not to me. I quite enjoy it, but
exactly, same for me. Like I don't really see like what's hardcore porn about it. So, like you know, I mean, you see, it's so hard to see even like a penis. You know, you have to really freeze the picture if you want to see something. So it's not that hardcore. It's just, you know, something we like to do.
Quite interesting. You're releasing it as a 7-inch vinyl single and a 12-inch vinyl single, as well as a CD. Yeah, is the market for vinyl only in the UK?
I think so. I mean, like, I'm not so 100% sure about it, but what I heard that, you know, there's always that, like, especially English-speaking countries like to have vinyl and have to have an extra tool for them, you know.
Now, you were a big Kiss fan in your early days, Richard. We've been playing the new Kiss single and the new Kiss album on the station. I wonder if you've heard it yet.
Actually, I didn't. And the reason why I was such a big fan was obviously when you're a child, growing up in East Germany, you know, everything that was forbidden, you know, you became obviously a huge fan just because, you know, you would try to rebel against the system. You know, and I remember, you know, when I had like a big Kiss poster on the wall, and my stepfather, which was big in a party in the SED, he came in and, you know, he destroyed it in 1,000 pieces. And it took me over one night to bring all the small pieces back together and put it back on the wall in the morning. So I was really into the whole image, and I guess, you know, if you've seen the Rammstein show, it was my first my first introducing to like a rock band that has a big show. But then later on, musical-wise, I was always more into like bands like AC/DC or something, or Led Zeppelin, or Black Sabbath, something like that. But it was more a part of like what they did with the show, and they had like something that was so mysterious in a way, especially growing up in East Germany.
Most of the Rammstein music is sung mainly in German, but you have been extremely successful in the rest of the world. Why do you think the audiences have taken to Rammstein?
That's a good question. You know, if I would know it, I mean, I have a guess, but if I would know it, I would do it again, obviously. But I think the most important thing as a musician, you know, and it took me a while to understand it, to create something that sounds really authentic, like the way that you play, the way that you make music, and like definitely to me, like growing up with different kind of music, more English-speaking kind of music, and trying to imitate that music didn't really work, because in the end of the day, I am German. The way that I play is a little bit German. So I think the idea was to really, really start something that, you know, has German rules. And the idea was, like, if you just take, for example, the language, everything is based on the one. If you take a word like photographer, which is in English like photographer, the rhythm is da-da-da-da. It's always between. In Germany, the word is photograph. Everything is on the one. That's why German music, you know, is always based on dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically the idea to do something that is like based on the one. And I think that it is, if you hear a Rammstein song, you actually can hear, even if you don't hear the words, you can hear that it's a Rammstein song. To be really unique in sound is really important for every band.
Richard, you've been off the road as a band for quite a while. How much have you missed playing live?
You know what? I missed it a lot. It's basically like, you know, like going out with a girl for 5 years and never get laid. That's what it feels like. So I'm really, really looking forward to play live again. I was in the studio with Rammstein to do the Rosenwood record we haven't played. Then I did my solo project, Emigrate, which I haven't played. So I was really lacking and longing for being back on stage.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you. Unfortunately, as I say, you're not playing in Scotland this tour. Any message for your Scottish fans?
Yes, of course. First of all, I will check this out. Like, I don't know if I can do something, but I'll definitely call my management and find out. And the other message I have is pretty simple. Liebe ist für alle da.
Nice talking to you, my friend, and auf Wiedersehen.
Right. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.
This is rockradio.co.uk.